Hey everyone, welcome back to Story Drop. So, I came across this one today, and it's short, but it made me genuinely mad because it's about a 17-year-old getting fired from her first job ever over something she didn't even do, and the way she found out is the part that got me. Let me tell you what happened. Okay, so it goes like this. There's this girl, we'll call her Maya, and she's 17. She just landed her very first job working as a hostess at a pizza place. And when I say hostess, she was basically doing everything up front. She handled the phone calls, she took the carry out orders, she managed the delivery orders, and she ran the pickup window too. That's a lot. That's not a lazy job. That's the person keeping the whole front of the restaurant from falling apart. And here's the thing, she actually loved it. She says it right there. She loved this job. She'd been there 3 months. First job, first paycheck, first taste of that whole grown up feeling where you have your own money and your own little world outside of school. If you've had a job like that, you know exactly what she means. So Maya's doing well, everything's fine. And a while back, at the very start of May, on the 4th, she does the responsible thing. She puts in a request for time off, and not for anything wild, real life stuff. She asked for a couple of days at the end of May for graduation and some grad parties, and then she asked for a vacation, June 7th through the 12th. Now, here's the important part. She didn't just bring this on anybody. She asked her manager directly, and her manager said yes, approved it in writing. She's got the messages to prove it, her asking, her manager okaying it, all of it saved. She even mentioned the vacation way back when she first got hired, and that she might need some time off her band, too. So, none of this was a surprise to anyone. She knew she had a shift the Saturday right when she got back from vacation, and she was totally fine with that, no complaints, she was ready to work. So let me set the scene for you. 17 years old, first job she adores, time off approved, in writing, weeks in advance, everything done right. This should be a non-story. This should be the most boring, smooth little vacation ever. Yeah, it was not. Okay, so here's where it starts to go sideways. About a week before vacation, Maya finds something out, and it's not a good something. One of her coworkers had been talking behind her back, trash talking her to the other hostesses, the girls she worked the front with every single shift. And it wasn't just petty gossip either. This coworker was telling people that Maya had been stealing. Specifically, stealing money out of the tip jar. Let that land for a second. She's accusing her of being a thief at her job, to all the people she works next to. Now, wait, I have to stop here because I need you to understand how serious that accusation is. In a food job, the tip jar is sacred. That's everybody's money, pooled together. If people believe you're skimming from it, you are done. Nobody will trust you. That is the one rumor that can absolutely end you in a place like that. And Maya's 17, this is her first job. She doesn't have some long track record to fall back on. All she's got is 3 months of showing up and doing good work, and this one girl is trying to tear that down with a lie. We don't get the full reason why. Maybe jealousy. Maybe Maya was just good at her job and it bugged her. Maybe there's some drama we're not seeing. But the reason honestly doesn't matter because look at what happens next. So the vacation comes and goes. June 7th through the 12th, the day she got approved. Then the Saturday rolls around, the day she's supposed to go back to work. The shift she knew about, the shift she was fine with, the one she planned to be there for. But she's not totally sure what time she's on. Makes sense? She's been gone a week, so she does the normal thing and texts a coworker to ask when she needs to come in. Simple question, what time's my shift? And the answer she gets back is not a time. The coworker tells her that the word going round is that Maya got fired. Fired, just like that, not from a manager, not from an official message. From a coworker, secondhand, like it's a piece of gossip floating around the break room. The coworker even said she'd try to see what actually happened. Like even she wasn't 100% sure. That's how sloppy this was. Okay, hold on. Put yourself in her shoes right now. You're 17, you love this job, you did everything right, you got your time off approved, and you show up ready to work. And the way you find out you might not have a job anymore is a text from a coworker saying, "Yeah, word is you got fired. Nobody called you. Nobody told you. You had to hear it sideways." And remember that rumor from a week before, the stealing from the tip jar thing. Maya connects those dots immediately, and honestly, so do I. She thinks that coworker who was spreading the theft lie had something to do with this, and come on. A week after someone starts telling everyone you're a thief, you suddenly get quietly fired without a word. That's not a coincidence. That's a setup. So now Maya is spiraling, and I mean really spiraling. Remember, this is her first job ever. She has no idea how any of this is supposed to go. She doesn't have years of work experience telling her, hey, this happens, stay calm, handle it. She's just a teenager who found out through the grapevine that the things she loved are ripped away, so she's sobbing, she's freaking out. And in the middle of all that panic, she does what a lot of us would do. She texts her manager directly. The same manager who approved her time off in the first place. She wants answers. Is this real? Did I get fired? What happened? Totally fair questions. And her manager, the person who owed her a straight answer more than anyone. He leaves her on read. Oh, that one hurts. That's the detail that got me. Because think about what that means. He saw it. The little read receipt popped up. He looked at a crying 17-year-old asking if she still had her first job, and he just said nothing. No explanation, no, hey, let's talk. No, come in and we'll sort it out. Not even a no, just silence. And here's the thing about silence when you're panicking, it doesn't calm you down, it makes it 1,000 times worse. Your brain fills the empty space with the worst possible version of everything. So Maya, still crying, still freaking out, texts him again. And this is the part she's most unsure about. This is the part she thinks she might have overreacted on. Because in that second text, she apologized. She apologized for what exactly? She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't steal. She took approved time off. She showed up ready to work. But she was so scared of losing this job that she started saying sorry, hoping it would fix things. Hoping if she was just apologetic enough, they'd give it back to her. And I want to pause here because I really feel for her on this one. When you're young and something you care about is slipping away, you'll do almost anything to hold on to it. Even apologize for stuff that was never your fault. Now, her stepmom and her boyfriend both told her the same thing. They said she absolutely should not have apologized, that she had nothing to be sorry for. And you know what? They're right. I'm with the stepmom and the boyfriend 100% on this. But I also get why she did it. She wasn't thinking about pride in that moment. She wasn't playing some strategy game. She was a scared kid who just wanted her job back. Because, in her words, it was so hard to find one in the first place. And that part is so real. Finding a first job at 17 is genuinely hard. You send out applications everywhere and hear nothing. So, when you finally get one and you actually like it, the thought of starting that whole search over is crushing. Okay, so here's where I want to turn it to you guys because this is a real decision point. Put yourself right there. You just found out through a rumor that you're fired. Your manager is leaving you on read. Do you keep texting him and apologize to try and save it? Or do you go quiet, keep every screenshot, and make them say it to your face like adults? Because I know what my gut says now as someone older. But at 17, on my first job, I honestly might have done the exact same thing she did. Tell me what you would have done. Because I keep going back and forth. Alright, so let's step back and look at the whole thing. Because she's asking one specific question. She wants to know if she's overreacting. And I want to answer that carefully. Because there are kind of two questions hiding in there. Question 1. Is she overreacting to being upset about getting fired like this? No, absolutely not. Not even a little. Look at how this went down. She did everything by the book. She requested her days off at the start of May, weeks ahead. She got it approved in writing. She mentioned the vacation when she was first hired. She knew about her Saturday shift and she was fine with it. She showed up ready. She was, by every measure, a good employee doing everything right. And in return, she got a rumor that she was a thief. Then she got fired without anyone telling her directly. Then she got left unread by the one person who owed her an answer. That is not being fired. That is being pushed out to the back door so nobody has to look you in the eye. And if a rumor about stealing from the tip jar was the thing that started it, then she may have been fired over a straight up lie. So, no. Feeling crushed about that is not overreacting. That's just being a human being with feelings. Now, question two, the one she's actually beating herself up over. Did she overreact by sending that second text and apologizing? And here's my honest take, sending a second text, not an overreaction. Her manager left her on read during an emergency. Following up is fair. The apology, though, that's the only part I gently push back on. And not because it was some huge mistake, but because she has nothing to be sorry for. Her stepmom and boyfriend are right about that. She apologized out of fear, not because she was wrong, and I'd love for her to walk away from this knowing the difference. You don't say sorry to the people who wronged you just to make the discomfort stop. But do I think that one text makes her the crazy one in the story? No way. A scared 17-year-old sending one apology text is nothing compared to grown adults firing a kid through gossip and ghosting her. So, here's my verdict. Maya, if you ever see this, you were not overreacting. You were a good worker who got treated badly, and your feelings make total sense. The only thing I'd want you to take from it is this. That job being hard to find does not mean you have to grovel to keep a place that let a rumor decide your fate. You saved every screenshot. You did things right. That's not nothing. That's proof you were the reasonable one the whole time. And honestly, a workplace that fires you over gossip and can't even send you one honest text, that place did not deserve how much she loved it. She's going to find another job, and next time, hopefully, one with a manager who actually treats her like a person. That coworker who started the tip jar lie, though, if that's really what happened, that is a special kind of low. Torching someone's first job with a rumor because, what, you didn't like him? That's the villain of this story, no contest. So that's the one for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you being here. Now I need to know what you think. Was Maya overreacting at all, or was she completely in the right? And be honest, if this was your first job and your manager left you on read, would you have apologized like she did, or would you have stood your ground? Drop it in the comments. I read them. See you in the next one.